Hey there, I'm Justin, here coming to you here from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, and I'm here to help make your online teaching more successful. Today I'm doing a video on a really frequently requested topic, which is props and what props should I have, especially for you new teachers who are just getting started in online learning. So let's go. But before you do, if you like what you see here today, help me spread the word by liking and by subscribing. Is that right? Got it? Yeah. There it is. So click on that. Let's go ahead and talk about props. So here's the deal. A lot of people think that they need to go into Goodwill or Walmart and take out the whole toy section with them. And here's the thing. There's a way to do it without breaking the bank. And that is to become what we call a prop minimalist, which I'm a prop minimalist. So I'm going to share with you today some of the key props that you're going to want to have on you to make sure that you have props that don't necessarily cover everything that you'll ever see teaching, but are flexible enough for you to explain things. Quick little note before we jump in is that's really what this is all about. As a language teacher, your jobs are to be comprehensible and to be interesting. And really in that order, right? Not every kid is going to be super interested no matter what you do. It just may not be their cup of tea. They're being forced to do it in one way or another. However, the worst case scenario is that you're not comprehensible, because you have to be comprehensible for this to work, language learning. And let's just face it, worse than being bored is being frustrated, being scared, being overwhelmed, whatever that might be, because you're just not understanding what's going on. So that's really the key behind all this, is using props to help yourself be understood, to give examples, etc. So let's take a look at some of the basic props that you're going to want to have in your basket. I call it the FAST basket, F-A-S-T, FAST. Okay, so we're going to take a look at those first. First, F is for food. You're going to want to have different types of food. 1 apple, 2 apples, big apple, small apple. By the way, this is the same type of food, but multiple of the same type. Of course, though, you will want to have some other things, fruits, vegetables, whatever those might be. Have some foods, because they're all over the place. Same concept applies to A for animals. Animals are everywhere in online learning for kids, so you're going to want to make sure you have lots of examples. And some of my favorites, if you're a prop minimalist, are finger puppets. Because you can just hold them like this really fast. You could put them on your fingers, make a little collection of animals. But notice the cool part is we have multiple of the same animals. So we can have 1 tiger, 2 tigers. See how we can do that? The plural, putting the S on there. And they're very compact. Also, you will want to have some other things that give more variety, like big monkey, small monkey, red monkey, brown monkey, 1, 2, 3 monkeys. You see how nice it is to have multiple of the same type of animal, so you can start to define some of those differences where grammar comes into play. But instead of you explaining number, you'll give the example of something fun like a monkey. So I don't wait to use my monkey for the lesson to talk about a monkey. I just bring my monkey in to give an example of the language that's going to be used in a lesson. Speaking of animals, a lot of these kids, especially the younger ones, they're going to be scared of you. So, first of all, yes, they're crying because of you, so get out of the camera and put a giraffe up in there. And if they're not into the giraffe, then put in the panda. And if they're not into the panda, then try out the rabbit, then try out the monkey, etc. You have to have your cast of characters, because these kids are going to be terrified, especially the ones that are really brand new. So have a basket full of animals that you can reach for and honestly hide behind, okay? And of course, you might want to have dialogues with them. Hey, they can even start to have dialogues with each other, and that's a lot of fun. Make a little world, okay? So very important to have a good collection of animals, small animals, big animals, multiple of the same type. Also, S is for sports. Balls are everywhere, in case you haven't noticed. So you're going to want to have, again, the size, big ball, a small ball. Let's see here. I have these tennis balls. Unfortunately, I have a green screen, so they sort of disappear. Otherwise, they're so nice for juggling because they're a nice standard size. And then when you drop the balls, you cry about it, and they'll love you forever. So we've talked about food, animals, sports, and finally, T is for teaching tools, teaching materials. You're going to want to have whiteboards. In fact, in case you haven't noticed, I have 3 of them. And I use at least 3 every class, and I actually have more backups if I need. They're so nice just to be able to pop out and do a quick little diagram of something. So if we have a quick word that comes up, let's say turtle, I can just draw out that turtle real fast, and we can actually look at the word, and then when it comes up again, I can help them through the reading, etc. Don't forget to put some eyes on it, these kind of things. So make sure you have whiteboards. Really key to have flashcards. Flashcards are nice because they actually have a little picture of the item. You could also have magnet letters. and those are nice. They can go onto your board, and then you can start doing some blending activities, whatever that might be. And just the fact that you're moving this around, it will make it feel more playful, more interesting, more dynamic versus having something that's so static. So those are the big four: food, animals, sports, and teaching. I hope that I've given you enough examples for you to get started on your fast basket and for you to take your first step on becoming a prop minimalist. But wait, there's more. I have one more bonus tip for you. We've covered some of the basics, the down and dirty, things you're going to have a flexible prop collection. But I think there's one more that we might want to take a look at here today. So let's see here. Good. Okay. So a few bonus props that you're going to want to have on hand. The magnifying glass works wonders. So have this. You can show your pronunciation, and this works well for both little kids and older kids, because the older kids realize that this is actually you helping them, not just you trying to make them laugh. They might laugh along the ways, but that's the difference. We can't be trying to make the older kids laugh because they're too cool for school. But this will work, okay? And you're really doing it to show them pronunciation. Very important to be able to observe your the mouth of someone who's speaking a foreign language. You have to observe what their mouth looks like. Also, I like to have this little question mark. I can indicate that I'm asking a question. I can also point to them and do this and have them ask the question to me. So it's a nice little guide to let them know I'm asking, to indicate to them I want them to ask me, etc. It's very important to have little noisemakers. So I have these little shakers. A harmonica is really terrific every time you give the student a reward or something. Or, no, backwards. Whatever that might be. You can have it as a nice little transition piece, and honestly, just something that gets their eyes back on you, right? So I hope that you've enjoyed these tips, and I hope that they have at least given you some confidence that you can go into your classroom. So be a prop minimalist and give your students a laugh, but remember, at the end of the day, you have to keep it fun, and you have to keep it comprehensible above all else. Until next time, my friends, happy teaching to you all.